Jama Malmy here, and today I have these 6 photos to scrapbook. These are from I would call it a nature trail that we liked to do when we lived in Indiana. Not quite a hike, but it was outdoorsy and lots of green, and the colors worked just perfectly with these background pages. So since my last video I had my kits out, I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna dig through these. I hadn't played with my kits in a while, and I've tried to scrapbook these several times, but just haven't been inspired. And when I saw this kit, I was like, yes, that is perfect. So let me show you the kit I'm using. This is the Reasons to Smile Cut Above Layout kit. It is not available anymore, but there were all of these cute layouts, and it's just like the kit I showed you in my last video, where it was designed to be a calendar, but I just use it as one-page layouts. And I'm actually going to be taking these 2 one-page layouts and turning them into a cohesive 2-page layout. So I'm going to be taking elements from here and pulling it over here. And I actually didn't have very many layouts left from this kit, so I just pulled everything that was left apart, all of the little die cut pieces and stickers, and I just pulled everything that had the colors that I'm going to be using and that I thought I might be able to use, like these little clouds. I think these clouds were in another layout that I didn't use, so they are totally extra. And all of these little border strips, I definitely have a plan for these. I thought this could be cute. So everything that has kind of these similar colors, this is supposed to be a photo mat for this layout here. But I'm going to probably use it in a different way, kind of as a scrap piece of paper. I thought this summer adventure might be fun, but it also could be fun to say family adventure. So I'm not quite exactly sure what I'll use, but I definitely have some title options. These are supposed to go with one of these layouts, and so I pulled those out because the colors will go well. Some of the blues will go well. These are all labeled, so like it says page 1, so if you were to follow these instructions exactly, you know which pieces to use for which layout in the kit. So you can definitely put the kits together as designed, and they come together like 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops, depending on how integral it gets, because the base pages are printed. You've got all of these pieces already cut to size, like the photo backers. Every piece is cut, so you really just need adhesive and a symbol. But I like to show you various ways to use it. So if you're a 2-page scrapbooker, I'm going to share some tips to turn 2 different pages into a cohesive 2-page layout. So they are starting with similar colors. And let me pull this a little closer for you. They're starting with similar colors, and so that was definitely the trigger for me is, okay, I can make this work. This has the border on the top and the bottom, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be cutting the bottom off and using it across here. That's automatically going to create a cohesive look across the top. So I'm just going to go from there and see what happens. I'm starting out by deciding where I'm going to place my photos. I like those 2 4x6s over on the left over the stripes. And then over here I'm going to offset them just a little bit. I've got 2 3x4s on the bottom and then 2 4x6s that I cut down just a little bit. And I thought that that tag fit nicely as sort of a title, and then that gives me a spot for an embellishment cluster opposite of it. So I decided, as I am thinking about what to do next, I'm going to go ahead and cut that strip off the bottom of this page because I know already that I want that to go across the top of both pages. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then I'm bringing in a sheet of 12x12 paper to put that on to make sure I line everything up. So I'm going to put my photos back and then line up that leaf piece over there on the left. So I lined these up on my Versamat, which tells me exactly where I need to line up both pieces because you've got the measurements down the side of the Versamat. And then I'm realizing that there's a little bit of those colored stripes that I'm covering up, and I didn't want to cover those up. I wanted to utilize every piece. So I'm a little nervous at this point as I cut through because I wanted to cut out just those stripes and leave that little tiny bit of white at the bottom of them, because I still wanted that background to look like one cohesive background, and I didn't want any lines from separate papers lining up to be there. So I very carefully trimmed around each of these so that I would have that little bit showing at the bottom, and it would be that one cohesive background piece. So now I've got that lined up, that big U, and it doesn't look like much, but I think that it does make a difference to have that cohesive line. So now what I'm going to do is just trim each of these out individually, because I wanted to be sure that I was right on the line, and it was easy enough to just follow the line with my scissors and cut them out. If it was a little bit off, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to be roughing up the edges of this anyway, and then I'll carefully trim around those little half circles, and I'm not going to show all of it, but I decided to cut off those little half circles too, because I didn't want that rounded look on my layout. But I didn't throw them away because I thought I might need them to bring in other parts of the layout. So now I had that extra piece, that extra strip from a different layout, and I thought I might have that going across the top, but decided I needed something darker to sort of anchor the page across the top. So I pulled in some black cardstock, and I liked that, so I went ahead and added it over on the left as well. And then decided that I would cut that strip down to have an extra stripe going vertically down the page, because I thought I'm going to overlap these just a little bit, and if I do that, it's going to show the sides of where I gutted out those pieces originally. So I needed that extra little piece to make sure I cover up all the sides. And then I liked how they had them arranged in the original layout, where it's kind of warm colors on the left and cool colors on the right. So I did that. And then I'm roughing up the edges just with my scissors. You can keep your micro tip scissors closed, and you still have just a little bit of that sharp edge so that you can rough up the edges. It doesn't rough it up as much as an edge distresser necessarily, but it does ruffle it just a little bit and gives that nice texture. So I lined those all back up again, and then decided that I want to trim the leaves off of this page too, so that I could just kind of place them wherever I wanted them. I decided I want the borders to come down just a little bit more, and number one, this allows me to move that piece down a little more than it was when it was attached, and it also gives it that same look as the page on the other side, where you do have that extra texture from the piece sitting on the top of the paper, not being a part of the paper. So I cut a larger piece of the black just because I wanted to add that ruffled sticker, that peach sticker that I added, and I wanted it to be sitting on top of a solid piece of paper, not have like a little gap under it. So I just made that black piece a little wider, and then I'm lining up all of these pieces, and I staggered them so that I liked the look of how they laid at the bottom and still covered that background that I was trying to hide. And then I very carefully added glue just along the edges, because I wanted to be sure that they all stayed exactly where I wanted them. And so I did just the glue along the bottom. I found this to be the easiest, and then kind of turned them around and did the rest of them. I will say this was a little bit cumbersome and pretty detailed. You could definitely just attach them to the bottom, but you'll see here what I was trying to do is I wanted to have them lined up at the bottom where I wanted them, and wanted to be able to cut off the top so that it was a straight line, tuck it under here, and that gives me just a little bit of those patterns to play with on the other side. So you'll see what I'm going to do with that. It's just a little tiny bit of the patterns, but I think it makes a big difference. So now here I've got the other page in again, and see these little tiny pieces that are staggered just like the bottom of the other page, and I'm just going to tuck those underneath some of those photos so it sort of looks like a little tag or label that you would have sticking out, and I think that that brings those same elements over to the other page.
I had a little piece of white sticking out still on one of those, and then I roughed up the edges very carefully on these, just like I did on the other side. So I'm going to kind of stick those in place, and then we will move on and start bringing in some of the other embellishments. So I thought I might try to bring in some of those little half circles that I'd cut off from the stripes and didn't really like that, and then started bringing in some of these stickers. So I first started with the clouds because I really liked the way that those looked, and since this was outdoors, the clouds really worked nicely, and I like kind of sticking clouds here and there on my layouts. The nice thing too about sticking them underneath the photos like I did is eventually you'll see me cut off the part that's hiding, and I can use that on the other side sticking out from another part of the layout. Now I'm going to play with a bunch of these butterflies. I liked the idea of the butterflies to bring in a little bit more orange, plus we saw butterflies on the trail. I wanted to have that visual triangle of the orange, so I brought in that flower, and it just wasn't working for me. It's going to eventually come out. I was trying to get that other pink butterfly to work as well, but there wasn't any other pink in the layout, so that comes out as well. I found that speech bubble that says "so much fun" that I leave in for a little bit and thought I liked that. Kind of tried to hide the flower a little bit so it was just a little bit peeking out so that I had that orange, but was trying to hide some of the flower, but I still come back to it and I'm just not really liking it. Then I had the idea to use just that little pop from the half circle that was cut off from the strip. And I'm liking that better. It's not going to stay there, but I am going to end up with that idea. So I'm starting to bring in some of the stickers. I like this adventure here and trying to figure out where I like the placement. I also like some of these black hearts. I think they kind of pop and help the black from the tag and the title just kind of spread that black in little bits around the layout. So I'm going to tuck them in places so they're not super prominent. I don't want that big one really big, but I'm liking those kind of tucked where they are. And I'm thinking I might use this family for the family adventure. I actually really like how that looks, especially looking back. I really like that there. But when I stepped back and saw it with the tag, it was too much text. So I didn't like the text on both sides. There was just too much going on for me. So I decided to remove this title and keep the tag. Another thing I could have done is change the tag to just one of those green pieces of pattern paper and cut it out into a tag shape myself and use that as journaling, and then kept the title as the family adventure. That could have worked as well. But what I decided to do was this, and then I swapped the pages because I do like having my titles on the left side. It certainly doesn't have to be on the left side, but I just like having my titles on the left because we read from left to right. And then I ended up moving that little banner across and rearranging some of these clusters. I didn't like the butterflies being sort of next to each other. I'm still trying to figure out the visual triangle for those and move around some of these clouds. I've sped this part up quite a bit because I fussed around a lot with these embellishments and just moving them around a lot, but I really enjoy watching people embellish in this whole process, so I decided to leave it in and just speed it up. I took that speech bubble out because I decided there was still too much text. It was just too much. I was trying to add too much to the layout. There were lots of fun goodies to work with these colors, but I was just trying to put too much on the page. So, as my friend Katie says, you can't have a naked tag. So I dug into my stash and found some twine that I just kind of unraveled and tied onto this tag. And so now I don't have a naked tag, and that's going to be my title. And then this little half circle's coming in again, and now I'm happy with where that's placed and makes that visual triangle with the two butterflies. So here is how this layout came together. And just for reference, here is the original kit layouts, and as you can see, it turned out quite a bit different. So off camera, I added some silver paper. This is the silver glitter paper. I added just skinny strips across the top because I felt like that black piece was just a little too wide at the top. So that helped to decrease that.
And then to bring in the silver glitter across the rest of the page, I added these little butterflies. That is from this Layered Butterflies die set, which I've used many times before. It's awesome, and that's just this little piece here, although it does layer with this solid one if you want it to, and then these all layer together as well. So let me give you a closer look at all of this. So the splatters was already part of the base page. We've got this little tiny piece tucked here, which helps to create that visual triangle with the butterflies. And then even though the splatters are a different color over here, there's more colors, I feel like it kind of works. There's more of this page covered up, so you still see the orange splatters in a few little places. And yeah, so I really like how this turned out. I'm going to add a little bit of strip journaling here. I don't have a whole lot to say about this page, but just document a few notes with the date there, and then this layout will be done.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos every week. Here are a couple more videos you might enjoy, and I hope you have a wonderful day.